Okay.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I believe so.
Good evening, everybody. It is now 6:30 PM on Monday, May 20th, 2024. We are going to start, I'm gonna call the regular town board meeting to order at the town hall.
I hope I'm.
Roll call
Kevin Gillett,
here.
Barry Huber,
Here.
Jason Clawhatch,
Here.
Dina Schmidt here, Teresa Clawhatch here, and our guest is
Joe Bader.
Joe Bader.
All right. Can we stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Verification of public notice.
The meeting was posted on our website, it was posted at the town hall, and it was posted in the clerk's office.
All right, thank you. Agenda presentation. Did everybody get an opportunity to look at the agenda?
Yeah. I make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. I second.
All right, I have a motion to accept the agenda as written from Larry and a second from Jason. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. Approval of meeting minutes from April 16th, 2024 meeting. Everybody has them in hand and had them earlier. Did anybody see anything that we'd like to change?
No, they look good. And I was curious about that. Oh my goodness.
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion by Jason to accept the April 16th, 2024 meeting minutes and a second by Larry. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Treasurer's financial report.
I'm questioning, didn't we have a special meeting? Or will there be minutes from that at another point in time?
Special meeting, quarter review.
Or, no, for the
For
variance.
the variance,
request.
yes, I have those done. I did not print them off. I didn't
Okay,
realize
well,
we
we'll
were
wait to,
reviewing them
Yeah,
at this
right.
So
meeting.
what we'll do is
Oh.
we'll authorize them and
Okay,
at
the next
next meeting bring those?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Or send them out for review beforehand.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
let me know when you got your note and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Okay, good.
All right. Treasurer's report.
Okay, in the town checking, $1,344.01. The money market is $51,298.37, which includes the cemetery account of $14,333.65 and the broadband account of $40,960.47. I'll explain that in a minute. And then we have the fire department escrow of $134,275.50. In the the LGIP general, we have $166,402.60. Okay, so Teresa and I, so when I balance, because the $134,275 came out in a CD, that came out of our bank account, okay?
Mhm.
So when I was balancing it, I'm like, this is not coming out right. I said, it shows we have more in our money market than we actually do. Because when I do this in the books itself, it ever gets reconciled. Okay, so that money stays showing in that account. But yet we have it on a separate line in our books.
Okay,
So,
So at the bank, it's consolidated in one account.
yeah, so when
And
we.
Here it's separate lines.
Right, so when we did this, I printed out everything that wasn't reconciled, and it was the cemetery account. It was the American Rescue, that money that we did, and it was the actual whole rescue money that we had in there and came out and went in, whatever we did.
right, we've used that money all up.
Yes,
Right.
Because I want to make sure that's not showing up on our book.
right,
No,
that
it's
is not
not.
on our books
No.
anymore.
No.
Okay,
But it's also, but when I came to reconcile my bank account said at the time I reconciled was 71,698.37. Our money market ending balance showed 128,703.02. So when I add in when I deduct the money from the ARPA purchases,
yeah,
and I add in what's not being reconciled on our bank account, comes up to exactly the 71,698.37. So we're not showing it right by keeping it on a separate line.
but we want to account for.
And
it
that's
so-
fine, but as long as, like, I have to read it the way I read it
I
then.
understand,
Okay,
but you have $40,960 in a broadband account,
New account,
new account.
a new account.
yeah, brand new,
Okay, and that includes the, what, 19 or whatever we got
that
from the
15,600 for
15,000.
Yeah,
560.
but see, I think what
Yeah.
happened is when we use the rest of that money from the ARPA or whatever it's called,
Yep,
ARPA?
the
yep, you're
ARPA,
right, yep.
it didn't come out of that ARPA account.
Oh, but it should have.
And it came, I mean, it's all entwined within our money market,
Right,
but
but we
yes.
paid for all of the
Yes,
broadband
everything's
stuff
paid
and
So,
for.
everything.
yes, everything's paid for, so we just left that money in the broadband now,
Yeah,
Okay,
okay? It came out of the town, but it,
it's earmarked. It was all
Yeah.
earmarked for broadband
yes.
Yeah.
as we went through it.
yes,
And
correct,
we expended it
yes,
when we filed that report.
correct, yep, we
Yes.
have it all accounted for and spent.
So
Okay.
Teresa and I
Yeah.
sat down for 2 hours.
We went over this to
Well,
make sure it
you-
was right.
Yeah,
and
we want
it's
to make
good.
it right.
Yep.
And that there was a broadband funding that we had put toward broadband work, to that account.
Yes,
So, yeah, that
Yep.
would be proper,
Right,
just so I understood.
Right.
Wait a
Right.
minute, whoa, where did we get $40,000? We did have it.
we had it,
We had it.
Yeah.
We didn't take it out of there. We took it
No.
out of general
No.
operating funds at that point in time,
Right.
or it came out,
Yes.
Yeah.
out of it,
but
yeah.
you balanced it.
yes,
And you're gonna show it this way now.
yeah,
Yes,
So this 14,333.65 in the cemetery account,
yep,
That's a
That-
combination of our checking, savings, and perpetual care.
yes,
right? But
But
you
it
had said it
als-
was in,
but the money is physically sitting in the bank account, bank balance of the money market, because we only have one account now.
okay,
mhm,
Yep. And so that's
So when I
the
read that,
cemetery money.
so when I read how much is in that money market account, that includes the now the broadband, and it includes the cemetery.
the 51.
yep,
Mhm.
Yep.
yep. Or the checking account, which
So in the checking account,
it includes,
So the checking account is fine, the checking
Fine.
account is
this
one
is
thousand.
the money market we're talking about.
yeah, the Bank of Luxembourg money market,
Yes.
that money market of 51,000
Is that the line there?
Mhm.
includes,
Includes the broadband account of 40,960,
and the
and it
cemetery.
includes the cemetery account.
Yeah. Okay, so that I understand that. So we have those
If
two
you add them
things.
up, we're a little negative.
Yeah,
Well-
we are, yep.
But I get more money more interest at the LGIP, so as long as I can leave that,
Mhm.
In there.
In there.
That's why we do, yeah,
I can get a lot more interest there.
Well, leave it in LGIP, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
until I have to physically pull it out, but
Right,
mhm,
so even though this doesn't add up, the
Right.
cemetery and this broadband account,
right, so you're kind of using a little bit of the broadband account too.
okay, but that's in what, in the money market account?
Yes, that's in the money market
Right.
account.
Okay,
mhm.
Well, all right, I understand.
Okay,
Any outstanding receivables?
And if, I mean, here's our scribble notes if anybody wants to know. How it came out.
Yeah, look at
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There, there.
Oh, that's
And here's the
legitimate.
bank statement of what
Yeah.
we should have in there,
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's what we balance.
and that's what we balance to.
Yeah,
okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm,
yeah. It took a
Okay.
while to figure all that out, but we got it.
all right, with those explanations, then, I mean, I would make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report.
I second that.
all right. I have a motion made from Larry to accept the treasurer's report as written and spoken. And a second
As
by
clarified.
Right, and a second by Jason. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none? It'll carry. Public comment. Do we have anybody online?
No, I do not believe so. No.
Public comment over there, Joe? All right. Hearing none, we're gonna close out item number 6, and we're gonna move on to item 7, which is the Southern Door Fire Department report. I didn't have anything. I would have called the chief. I thought maybe somebody was gonna be here, to be honest with you, but maybe with school and everything.
Yeah.
I know the kids are doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Several burning permits requests.
Do you know, the senior banquet's gonna be here Wednesday at our town hall?
That's okay.
Yeah,
right?
it's first time ever. So usually it's in Brussels, so that's
Okay.
kind of exciting, so.
Yeah,
So, I don't have anything on the Southern Door Fire Department, because like I said, I didn't realize, and I'm thinking,
They might have they might have had a call today, I'm not sure who got called, but
but. So, having nothing to report, we will move on with that one. Sanitary, Maplewood Sanitary District.
I got some minutes in the mail from the sanitary district. And there was an email about one new customer, and I forwarded that on to Chris Sample to have that account set up.
yeah, I've got a contact from somebody about that.
I forget.
Somebody called me. And I told them, no, you gotta talk to Chris Sample.
Yeah, someone sent me an email and then
Oh,
I
okay.
forwarded it to him because I wasn't sure what to do with.
So we have a new hookup?
or did something just sell that was for sale?
Here it goes, new customer, Maplewood Sanitary. Kim Bruning. We have started a project for the sanitary district and will require some information for billing purposes. Could you please complete the attached form and sign and return it to us? And I forwarded to Chris because I thought he's on the committee and it's just company name, address, email, invoice, purchase order, like setting up an account with them, so, but
Well, somebody just managing something maybe?
it's Piper Power, I don't know who that is. It's Batson Power. So
Hyper electric, oh.
I sent it to Chris, I thought he could do it. Cause this was the attachment with the email I just read, so I wasn't sure.
Well, somebody said here, $15.99, Highway 42 to bars for sale again.
Right.
Called about gurgling sound in the tank. They pumped it out, you know.
So if I forwarded to Chris, I haven't heard anything back.
Well, that's in their domain of
Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
responsibility.
If they contact me again, I'll just contact Chris.
Okay, well, that's what we have on the cemetery, or the Maplewood Sanitary District. Item number 9, cemetery report.
We did a cleanup, our cleanup on the cemetery. Well, I didn't have that up there. It doesn't make any difference. It's still being broadcast. We did the cleanup on the first weekend in the month. When was that, Jason? There's so much been going on. We did the cleanup and interestingly, it was on the 4th of May. We didn't have a lot of stuff in the cemetery with all the wind and everything we had. We feel, and some of it we just blew away.
Cleanup was a snap.
Cleanup was easy. However, we got those marker stakes And we went out and we did real fine until we get down to the east extremity of the cemetery, up in Maplewood Cemetery. And it was interesting to say the least, and discovered the errors that had been made in the past and used all those new stakes. We put all of them in, and we replaced all of the old iron that was sinking in the ground. And I really do not know what was going on at that point. We found that an aisle that was supposed to be 8 feet wide is in truth 7 feet wide. So to that end, I'm redrawing that cemetery plot, and I'll provide that to the other fellows on the committee. So that work was done. We corrected the record. We then went down to Brockhausen, checked that out. Don't seem to have as many critters down there as we have had in the past for whatever reason. So, you know, the work has been done, and there's already new decorations in the cemetery.
Yeah, they both look good.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys did a good job.
Yeah, we got a compliment from Monica, made a comment about the fact that somebody said, boy, those are nice cemeteries. Well, so yeah, we did some work in them again. So it was all done and good.
Perfect. Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Broadband update.
All right, I had a conversation with Jessica Hatch. She's the county broadband coordinator, and she requested a copy of our agreement. And so what I did is I took the resolution that we passed in December, and then there was an agreement that we also executed as that was part of that, an Exhibit A. But this is the notarized copy, and it came back signed by, the people at Brightspeed.
Okay.
There's no, at this point in time, we don't have a firm idea of how they're going to go through this bidding process or this lottery exercise that they're going to go through, Public Service Commission. There's a few communities that have done what we have done and put monies up in front to reduce the, to meet that 25% rate. Brightspeed had committed to that. This is what was part of our resolution. And because we did that at the early stage, she feels that they may look at the number of points, the E911 points in our township, and get that out for bid, and it may become a competitive bid. If Brightspeed wants it, then they're gonna have to ask for a different rate. In any case, it may reduce our costs in the long run because it's a bidding process. So she suggested that at this point that I make contact.
Common hobby.
Yeah, he sure is. No, she suggested that I make contact with Brightspead, and I've got the phone number and contact information for the individual Shipley is his name. And then start the discussions with him with regard to whether or not we want to start preliminary discussions. We basically need to start putting in place the memorandum of understanding, an agreement, if you will, as to, the basis for our contracting. There's nothing to contract with, but we want to know is what we signed here with these agreements. This is basically a memorandum of understanding that we signed and an agreement, but I should open a dialogue with him now. The broadband office, she sent me out some more information last week. They're going to start doing evaluation of these papers that everybody has got going probably in late June or July. We may not see much until August, at which point in time that'll be then, we'd have to get involved more deeply with Brightspeed as far as contracting. But if I'm gonna contact this fella, Kelly Shipley, and start the discussion,
Yeah,
see what comes of it. So anyway, that's my update on broadband.
you know, since we're talking that broadband thing, do we want to look at maybe for the next meeting to start something as far as right of ways? What? can go in
Yes,
there and how
that's
we wanna
part
do
of
that?
what I have in my, part of what I have in this batch of stuff is the,
You know, do we want to kind of at least get that on the table for next meeting? And then maybe the following meeting will.
this was the initial,
Right, I had that and I didn't take it with me and I thought.
okay,
we
this is,
talked about
this
it.
is it, yeah. And at first, I do want to find out where are they? And we're ahead of the game because we already have, underground, right of way ordinance. Do we need to modify that? And we could do that in conjunction with looking at what's going on with Brightspeed as well. So before we ever contract for any work to be done, we want to understand what we have, what our responsibilities are, and then maybe we want to modify this ordinance. But yeah, that's part of that.
So do you want me to kind of put that down as something for,
We can talk about it.
at least lay on the table and look at between now
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
next
that's
meeting?
good, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Not making any decisions, just getting an idea of what.
We'll review the underground,
As long as we have it on the docket, that's the main thing.
yeah, review the underground permitting process or the right of way process. Because that's really what it is. It's right of way.
We want that as a separate agenda item? Is that what we're thinking?
Well, we can put
Or
it
just
either
under
under broadband or we can
broadband,
put it
okay.
under roads, it would really make no
Broadband.
difference.
Okay,
You
we'll
know,
put it
you put in
underneath that.
broadband, put it as an
Okay.
appendix on
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Yeah, we should probably consider that under, as part of our road discussion.
Yeah, we can, because it's really
To a-
part of roads.
It's really part of roads. It's got to accommodate broadband as well as manure lines and gas lines
Right.
and other utilities. So it really is part of that. So. Did you get it?
I got him.
Good, thank you.
Okay, anything else on there? Or can we move on to the next item?
You can, oh, hey, Governor, yeah,
Yeah.
I can go to the next one.
All right, HayGov and website update. I think everything is working pretty good on it, right?
I believe so. We've had quite a bit of activity this month.
In the town hall rental, yeah,
Yep.
we're doing good.
And it's working well. You didn't have any problem with this new ACH clearinghouse thing
No, she actually refunded,
through the
the
system?
deposit through the system
Mhm.
and it came back into our account, so
Clear.
it cleared.
Yeah.
And that's gonna work far better than
Right,
what
than
we were
check,
doing
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
Stripe and all
Right.
those
Oh,
types
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
But Ruth would always write a check instead of,
Well, I
Putting it
understand
back.
that, but that's
Yeah.
why we went into this.
okay,
Yep, we
So,
verified that the other day too.
Yeah.
And I think the meeting minutes and stuff are going very well. I know we looked at a 3-month period, but I
Yeah.
think all of that is
yeah.
Is
Right.
moving
So-
where
The
we
only-
want it to move, right?
The only thing that I would like to tweak a little bit in the dog license is it's not asking for the rabies tag number. And I have to have that. So when people are filling it out, they're filling it out, but they're not putting the rabies tag. There's two things it calls for, and I think they're getting
it's it's the rabies,
vaccination
Vaccination.
and the manufacturer, but then I also need the rabies tag number. The tag that they get from the vet.
okay. Okay, so that's the rabies tag number,
Yep,
okay. And then you'll need that on the
I need that for the.
On the
county.
request, on the form.
Needs to be on the form.
Okay,
They have something in there, which I'm thinking that's what they are thinking it is, but it's not called that, so I think people are getting confused
well,
on
we can change
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, we'll get that taken care of.
Okay,
There's also was some discussion on that rate for clerk minutes. We're doing that on a monthly basis at this point in time. And we can get it discounted if we do it on an annual basis. However, I want to review with Town Web Design and HeyGov as to when that renewal period is. So maybe we can, continue on here, because we got a free month in the beginning and we really didn't get started until last month, really.
Right.
Right, you got a couple of months of it
Right.
left,
We have
Yeah.
until
but I
the
just
end of
think it's
June. Yeah.
well, right? I
Right,
mean,
I agree,
everybody.
I love it, so,
yeah.
of course.
No, yeah, I can understand, and it is good.
Yeah.
Let me just, if I can get back over to this machine, maybe I'll be able to answer another question. I can't. When I get over to this machine, I'll let you know. When that expires or when, okay, over here. Come on, machine. Got it. This will be, clerk. And when we're logging in on that, cancel clerk. And
Where are these things coming from? Already getting in?
there's too much room.
You should have seen, yeah, I was
Mosquitoes
trying to
or
cut
what?
lawn yesterday, you
Yeah.
should have seen.
Because in here, it'll tell us what our account, there it is. Our billing. It was, now it's not there, but it's on this, I'm looking at it on my,
Yeah, I was say, we can't see it,
you can't see it.
no.
Anyway, I will get the, where the hell did that mouse go? It keeps going elsewhere. Come back to me, little machine. Here it is. Okay. And we're taking and push him out there. Can't. There it is. So if we just take a look in here, our contract information. Okay, this is what we have. These are the billing dates, and you'll see these are when our amounts are, they come and due in September generally. We combine them all, hopefully, they're all gonna come through in September. We get this one, this is the basic plan. This was all the added stuff. So, the HeyGov and all the rest of it. So this comes in September. So what I'd like to do is talk to them and get it all balled into one. So we have everything coming up at more or less the same time. So, they got all kinds of stuff. That's, client information. This is, anyway.
Yeah,
All right,
Anyhow,
sounds good.
that's how it works. And I'll work on that and see if we can combine that with the billings all in September. And turn that into an annual if you continue to be satisfied with it. I think, it seems to me to be doing a good job for Teresa.
I agree, 100%.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, we're gonna move on to item number 12, which is correspondence, electrical service permit increase. So we received a request from the inspection place that does all of our inspections for building permits, which is electrical, plumbing, heating.
Commercial too.
And building, residential and commercial. So currently the fee that he has is $50 for residential service and 60 for commercial service. So this is just the electrical service panel themselves. They'd like to increase it to $75 for both residential and commercial. So it's just one fee number, based on the increase of permits that they're going and do. So, and obviously rates of everything else have gone up. I don't think their fees have gone up for a long, long time, to be honest with you. So it's only that aspect of it. So anybody got any problems with them increasing it to $75?
I don't.
No, I don't know.
All right, then I make a motion to accept the increase from what it was to the new rate of $75.
Second that.
Right, Kevin has made a motion to accept the $75 increase and was seconded by Jason. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry.
So is this one time they pay or every time they go and inspect?
Nope, one time.
One time,
Yeah, so this is just for your, like the fee on your electrical service panel or whatever.
okay,
So if they're gonna do the house or green bins or whatever, that's what that service is for.
Okay, does that change what we charge on our, or have on our
Nope,
website?
this is-
That's his fee.
Correct.
And we're saying we accept the fact that he's gonna charge an extra 75 for that
Right.
electrical work.
Cause they wanna make sure that we're, as a township, are okay with
Yeah,
the fees that they're charging.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Just
good.
wanted to
Then
make
I'll
sure.
respond to this email saying that.
Yeah, we've okayed it and that should be good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Update of expense forms that we do. We were looking or thinking about
So this is
changing this. and-
currently what we have.
We know what we've got, you don't like it.
So I just took,
I
this
never
is
did like it.
my expense form at work, so I just want to show you. We can make a lot of tweaks to it to be similar to this, but
Was this an Excel sheet?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know if you want to create something brand new or if you want to just look at,
Ooh,
we can
So,
change a lot of the columns, the
miles,
headings. That will
that's the per
automatically
rate.
calculate the rate for you, so
Okay,
there's a
okay.
formula in that, in this column here for the rate. So you just type in the miles, like 50 miles, and it'll calculate how much it's gonna be, and it'll give the total in the
Mhm.
spreadsheet.
The only time you did change that formula is when the state changes the actual.
Mileage every year. However,
usually pay.
when we get, like, when we put
I should've
in,
made another copy.
we have to put something for per diem,
We're gonna
like for meetings
Right
or
here.
something.
yeah, for meeting,
change this. Show this to Kevin. too.
You can pass it around,
Yeah.
just
I
put
should've made
ideas
more
of what you
copies of
want
it. I
changed
didn't-
on there. and-
well, because see, we take out the Medicare 1.45%. We need to have that
Mhm.
So
tucked in there
I didn't know
somehow.
if that bottom corner, we wanted that for,
But that's only on
right,
any salary type,
right,
$15 an hour or a $50 charge
Mhm.
for
Right.
a meeting attendance. That's where we take that out.
right, correct,
But that's just for board members.
right. So I didn't know if we wanted that in that little space.
So
on
that,
the
is that
left.
why we have these two columns separate to begin with?
Yeah, one is basically mileage and meals and that sort of thing.
I was gonna say, why don't we just keep it all in one line item, because it was whatever you're redoing that down on the bottom,
Well,
but now I'm understanding why.
Yeah,
we're
but
doing
you
it.
gotta separate out,
Yep,
that
makes
Medicare
sense,
piece.
yep,
Yeah.
it's a bookkeeping thing.
right?
Mhm.
Right, yeah, because we pay that in
And there's
every
no,
quarter.
yeah,
And this should be something we could just have on our computers and just
Right, yep.
send them over to you instead of,
So I'll start tweaking that. I was thinking of putting this down in that left-hand corner,
And
maybe.
you can just present it at the next meeting.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you guys okay with
Yeah.
that, or?
yeah, if we go, yeah,
well, do you wanna send a sample out to us whenever you get it tweaked,
Yeah,
and then
and
maybe
then
we
Start
just
using it?
peck with it a little bit,
Yeah,
and then, hey, this
yeah.
is great, or you know
Yeah.
what, now that we used it once.
Right, see if you like it,
Okay.
yeah, perfect.
yeah, and then we can, adopt that. I don't know that it needs to be in a form of a motion, but I think we do need
We
to
need
do
to
something.
update
We
something.
need to
Different.
just get
Yeah,
it in
yeah.
Excel so we can email it back and
Right,
forth.
yeah,
so
I don't
we
think we
have
need a
to
motion
print
for
it.
that, cause that's just an
No.
Yeah.
internal paper thing,
Right.
so,
Yeah,
but I
Okay,
agree,
we'll we need something,
yes, better than what
Electronic.
we've got going here, yes.
You don't like that, huh?
I like it electronic, so. It's just me, anything
So I'll
to
just kinda
simplify
make a
the
note here
process.
That's fine.
So,
Teresa will send it back out to us a little bit and we can
Yep.
play with it.
Take
for
a look
month,
at it,
yeah.
yeah, agreed, that would be good.
Yeah. Um,
I see that they changed people, they moving the GIS, we're still in their correspondence, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
there we are.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're, got this thing from Roy, who sent this thing out, the moving the GIS coordinator from Land Services Department, what do they call that thing?
Yeah, it's like land service.
Yeah, and they moved them now under the Register of Deeds. So they moved it in, they moved it out, they moved it around.
You know, I went to the zoning meeting that they asked us to go to,
Yeah,
and that was brought up. So the reason they're doing that, apparently from what was said at the meeting was they're hiring 2 new staff members and they're gonna need the room, therefore they're shipping those people out in order to give them more room.
does that, yeah, well, I don't know that they talked about that at the meeting. Did they also talk about the fact, about the fire numbers?
No. Not at all.
Won't touch that with
So I got one more comment. Destination Door County would like to come to one of our meetings. But because everybody's in and out of the office, they won't be coming till like October 21st.
Okay,
Okay, they just want to give an update in the community regarding tourism, so tentative date is October 21st, they'll come.
Which would be perfect, because it'd be about the time you guys are down at the big Dells.
The question I have about the Dells is that Ruth used her credit card to reserve
Oh,
our reservations. And that credit card no longer is active.
You just pay with yours, and I think you should be,
Well, do we still have the reservation?
I would think.
They
so.
just
I would think
hold
that-
it.
Yeah,
right, I think-
yeah.
When
I
you
hope
go,
so.
when you go, you have to physically pay for it, usually is the way. Well, sometimes they take a down payment, right? Or like you pay half when you
I don't
record.
know
well,
what,
maybe we can ask Ruth or whatever, but I don't think you've lost your reservation.
I hope
because
not.
No.
They just wanted something on file.
Cause if your card got hacked, you would have got a different card anyway.
Yeah, they just
So.
hold it with that card.
Yeah,
so that was just to hold it.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I got so many of those. She had a whole bunch of these things, and then I got these, and then I got this. This is all part of that Holiday Inn thing. So I did, you mentioned that, so I just thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
Assume that'll be all well.
mhm.
All right, so correspondence, does anybody have anything else? All right, then we're gonna move on to item number 13, road work. So I'd like to give you
Did you
guys
get my
this.
message?
I did, but when I went over there, that was all done. Somebody took care of it.
Oh,
I don't know who did.
What's your message?
There was a tree in the road
nice.
on Old Elm.
Another one?
Well, just, it was like, it wasn't a very big tree,
Yeah,
it was just
somebody
a
just took
small.
it and busted it off and moved it
Okay.
right on over and it was all done.
Yeah,
As
Um,
long as
That's the one
it
your kid
wasn't a
did?
town worker.
No.
I don't know, maybe, I don't
Was
Yeah.
it recent or?
yeah, it
'Cause
was, did I
that'll-
call you Sunday?
Oh, oh,
Sunday.
okay.
Yeah.
That'll
Because
cost
it's,
us.
your son came down there one day with a chainsaw.
On a Sunday?
Oh, that's so nice.
And I would have asked one of them, but they were all out in the field, so I
Oh.
wasn't able to.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, so Joe can get out of here and then I can go through some of the rest of these things is, the ditch cutting bid. So I got a copy for each of you. And actually, I'm gonna give one to Teresa as well.
Yeah.
Would you like to see one?
It's yours.
There we go. Get in the game.
Okay.
So basically, it's the same price as it was last year. He hasn't increased it. Anything you wanna talk about, Joe?
Not really. It's all the same stuff.
Now, there's a couple individuals that we've dealt with last year that we will pay attention to this year and maybe just eliminate those areas and
You bet.
we're just fine with that.
That's,
If they choose not to have their ditch cut, that's fine.
like I said last year.
Maintain it yourself.
Where, is that going to pose a problem for, visually for drivers on those roads? Whoever it is you're referring to.
Well, one is, what road is that on? It's with his 100-year-old
Yeah.
post. That's
Oh,
close to
that
the
is.
sign.
Louis Road.
Okay,
Yep.
so that one, we're just gonna, I don't even think you wanna get involved in all of that.
No, I think I know what you're
And then the
talking
other one
about.
was,
As long as we can still see
Yeah.
around that intersection.
yeah,
Yeah, we were just gonna go to the center of the ditch. because that's where his post is.
Yep,
So whatever,
We have
before,
to.
before we cleared out that whole center.
Yep.
So you can see really nice.
Right.
Now we're just, like I said, we're just gonna go to the center of the ditch, going right down through that swamp, and then we'll take our normal path after that.
and then there was another individual, a woman who was upset because, you know, it's muddy or whatever in the ditch and you leave a rut
We know
mark.
where that is too.
So we're just gonna kinda, you know, she said she'd take care of her own ditch and want it cut, so that's absolutely fine.
Fine with
You
us.
can maintain it yourself and we're good with that. But the rest of them were, did a great job, continuing the good work. No other complaints other than those.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we accept this, contract for cutting the same as we had last year from Joe's Landscape.
Second
The
that.
only thing that's, might be different this year is it might be pushed out a little bit, because it doesn't stop raining.
Yeah, you mean timeline as
Well,
far
that
as your
makes sense.
dates.
Well, yeah,
That makes
but that's true every year.
But
Right,
and realistically, we could, the way your ditches are going, I mean, you could start next week. I mean, they're already 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah. Well,
So basically, that's gonna kind of be in your court.
Problem if you cut them too early, then the next cutting is gonna be really long
Right.
between the two cuttings.
right.
I mean, unless we don't get rain. in
When do we
between, but-
normally do this? The first cutting
June
would,
and July. Usually your town is like the middle to the end of June is your town, but I do not think you guys can wait that long.
I was gonna say, that's still 3-4 weeks off.
I know we're gonna be starting in town union, not next week, but the week after, I believe, so in about a week and a half. And then union, I'm go to Gardner, and then usually come to your town.
So maybe about a week earlier than
Yeah,
normal.
we're gonna be starting a little bit earlier this year, but because of the rain. we
You
might be
can
starting
only cut
later.
where it isn't.
Well, we can cut through the rain, it's just we don't wanna tear up the ditches.
Right.
So that means we're not gonna be able to take the full width, because we can't get the tractor down there.
But that's gonna be true everywhere.
Yeah,
It's not just unique to our town.
nope, that's pretty much everywhere. Well, just letting you know, we're gonna try and do the best that we possibly can. But
Yeah. Well,
hopefully it gets drier for the second cutting.
Yeah.
I've been very satisfied with your work. So,
yeah,
Thank you.
it's nice.
Appreciate it.
I made that motion, didn't I?
Let me second it.
all right, so I got a motion from Larry to accept the proposal for the ditch cutting for this year. And a second by Jason, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. I'll sign this here for you right away, Joe.
Did you guys notice the difference last year for when we trimmed around all your signs on?
Mhm.
Oh, I did.
You notice
Very
that? Did
nice.
you want anything done this year for that? Lincoln. And I forget the other town, that's what was it, Pierce? Every town is doing that, again, that's actually turning out pretty good, because we actually sprayed around all the signs.
That's what I was gonna say, I thought we
sprayed
talked about
the
spraying
5
around
foot
it.
area. It actually worked out really nice.
We don't have a number in here for that.
No, I didn't know if you guys want it or not, that can be brought up for the next meeting.
I think we should at least see what a number would be,
Yeah. That's.
yeah. Yeah,
Here's your sign. This proof of insurance.
Thank you.
Oh, you talked about trimming. Oh, those,
yeah,
Rosewood.
Rosewood is horrible, you gotta almost be into the middle of the road before you can even
all
look.
those evergreens there?
It's not the evergreens, it's like, there's junk right by that stop sign, literally. You gotta be almost in the center of the road to look to the,
In Rosewood's
South.
the road, you take J to your turn, you put your turn right, and then Rosewood's down there, right?
yeah, well, you'd be
Are you
on the
taking-
dead end section.
Doing a dead end section.
Right, you're not down the dead end, like if you went down the dead end, you went around the turnaround, you come up to that stop sign.
Yep.
Okay? Try to look to your right once.
Okay.
That's not a very good, I mean, literally, you gotta be darn near out. And you'd think, well, it's a dead end road, nobody goes down there, you got it, it's unbelievable. We should sit there and put a toll booth. I don't know what everybody's going down there for, but it's incredible.
You want me to put a number for you together for next meeting?
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys see anything else that was, when we did our road inspections, I don't think anything else was really major.
We had a question about that sign.
We did, and I did ask him the question about the sign, so you wanna go through your answer on the placement of where the stop ahead sign is?
2/10 of a mile when it's prohibited, when it's able to. The road is long enough. That's a Wisconsin state statute.
Okay.
Now, if the road is less than a half mile, then we can shorten it up. But if it's longer, because you can get your car up to speed, if it's 35 miles an hour or more, it's 2/10 of a mile back from the stop sign.
Okay.
And everything mostly is a mile.
Yeah, well, and we're,
But the town can put the stop ahead sign where they feel fit. I mean, it ain't against the law if you wanna move it up. I was just doing it to,
the thing, I think and I thought back on that a little bit. We crawl down those roads, we're going at a slow
Yeah.
speed. And it seems like forever and a day. Well, wait a minute, oh yeah, that's right there. That stop ahead sign was way back there, but we're doing this at 10 or 20
Right.
miles an hour tops.
Right. You're not
And
very fast.
most folks are not driving that way. So I guess if that's the way it's written in the law, yeah, because a lot of those roads are just open roads, they're
if you go on
55.
any county road, put the thing on your car.
Yeah,
2/10 of a mile.
okay.
And you're right, Larry, you probably didn't notice it because of how you.
I was thinking
We're
about
crawling.
that, and I know we talked about it,
Mhm.
but then we are really crawling, because, oh, wait a minute, what was that back there? Back up, Jason. And that's the way we handle it, but we're going really slow.
Yeah, it's the way it takes forever.
Yep, okay.
But like I said, if you guys wanna move, I'll
No,
move them.
I don't think so.
Let's-
We want that slow sign put up over there. Down Old Elm.
I said, you're on
No, it
the
was
blackboard.
children,
Yeah.
children at play.
Children had played.
Oh my
Did you-
God.
Where is that?
Still laying in the ditch.
I drug it so he should be able to see it. And I'm telling you, you look for it, you can't find it. And I went back there the other day to look for it. I still couldn't find it. I gotta turn around by the
Canopy,
canopy, come back
And you
super
see it that
slow,
way,
then you
yes.
see it.
yes.
I'd just like to know how it took over.
I don't even think it was busted. I think it's like, was it pulled out? Like,
Yeah, it's been
Like it's
that
out.
way for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
I thought you said you were pulling it out of there.
Yeah,
We did run it over?
yeah. Or, well, you didn't cut it, it just was laying.
Right, I mean, you can't see it unless you're
I
coming the other
couldn't see
way.
it.
I didn't see it.
So I pulled it in toward the field, and I didn't wanna get in too far in the field, cause my luck, I pull it in the field and then it doesn't get done, and now the tractor comes.
It's on the list.
So,
Another thing I noticed too about that bridge, I'm gonna say to that, the guardrails on that bridge on Forest Road, or Forest Drive,
North Forest Drive or South Forest
the
Drive.
bridge that needs to get repaired. You can literally push them over. So,
Those were put in what, last year, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, so, but
I'm
that's,
starting to notice that with a lot of towns around here. They only put those guardrails in posts. We can stop at any
well,
bridge.
this one doesn't really,
Just get out and shake it.
Yeah, I was looking at it
You can
the other
shake
day.
it.
that took a while.
So they ain't gonna stop, they won't even stop bicycles.
darn it, I wanted to make you guys a copy of this thing. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't, I'm sorry. Maybe it's sitting on my printer too. So anyway, since he's brought that up and we're done with the ditch stuff, right, we're all good.
Yeah.
This is the, well, I'm
Southwest
assuming
Drive
it's almost,
Bridge.
right, it's a bridge, right? I mean, it's not a culvert, it's kind of a bridge there.
It is, it's a lot.
Yeah, so on this side, it definitely wasn't made right, because this was, you can see how high this is. The concrete should have been all the way down to the bottom and it's not. So I don't know, but it lasted however long.
But they must have,
Like they poured it on top of the stones and it must have ran short of concrete or something.
Well, now we have a boat landing.
Yeah. A new dock. There's your footing, pour the new one. So anyway, I asked,
Bad.
Thad, right, and he sent Randy out there, and Randy did a proposal to have this taken care of, from the county. I also asked Joe if they had the equipment and stuff to do it, and he said they do have the equipment and stuff. They just don't have the time to get it done. So therefore, this was the only comparable that we have.
Don't we get state aid for that or no?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a culvert pipe, I know that, but I'm just saying, 'cause I thought state aid had something to do with bridges on their deal too,
Well, that's how it was found,
right?
wasn't it?
Was the culvert inspections, correct? So they went there and they took pictures of it 1 week. And then for whatever reason, he wanted to come back and take another picture or measurement or something.
Yeah, take measurement to see if
Yeah.
it did the,
And then now it's
dimension.
laying in the,
Yeah.
in the thing, so.
is it a bridge or is it a culvert?
Well,
To me, that's almost a bridge. A culvert to me would
What's
be,
the distance of that? Is it greater than 6 feet and less than 20?
is less than 20, but is greater than 6.
Really? Sidewall to sidewall?
Oh, you mean width-wise? Well, you're probably over
On
20.
on the roadway. I'm not talking about the wings
Right.
off it. I'm talking about
Right,
the
you're
center
talking-
line of the road.
You're talking,
I'm
you're
talking
talking
about,
from here to the other side.
no, I'm talking about this distance to this
the
distance.
width of the-
The width of this
I don't know.
opening. And that's what Greg was gonna go out and
Mhm.
check.
I think you're over 6 feet.
Oh, that's over 6 feet for sure.
It's a bridge.
So it's out there. You're over 6 feet.
So that then it becomes a bridge by the definitions
Of the law or
of
whatever.
what that new law is. What you want, I don't know that you're gonna get
Right,
any aid for that at this point in time. I mean, we just have to swallow that one.
well, I mean, it is what it is, I mean, it's,
Well, if there's anything, and who knows what comes with the culvert and the agricultural thing, if this maybe at some point down the road, but it doesn't change the fact we're gonna have to deal with this,
Right,
right?
exactly.
Cause the rest of it you can see is
Mhm.
starting to deteriorate. It's too wide for equipment.
Right,
It needs some
It needs to be
attention at some
fixed.
point,
yeah.
but.
'cause I think originally that's how come we ended up getting those wings, because at one time it had big concrete walls there.
Tall walls, and that's what Joe's saying
Right.
are not working so well.
No, but even like that, we had the concrete walls there and they couldn't get through with, certain farm equipment, then took that out and put guardrails, I made it wider.
Right,
And now here we have this falling in, so it's like, yeah, I thought if this is something, they could pull this whole thing out, put in a big culvert pipe. You know, the big culvert like we have over on,
You mean at some
Maple
point
Road.
in time?
yeah, Maplewood Road, you know, the big culvert we got down there,
oh, yeah,
which. Could be, because there's really not a lot of water that flows there, I mean, it's not like.
This is like solid bedrock.
Yeah, solid bedrock,
Yeah.
yeah,
mm,
just a thought.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
not- Then I thought
wonder-
if we had a
yeah.
big culvert pipe, then the state would probably step up and help us pay for that, right? If it was, or.
You
that's
know,
just
I could ask
replacement
Thad
of-
that question.
I would. I'm just asking the question. You know, otherwise, I think we really just gotta have it done along your way.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it now, because if they're gonna have a rainy season this year, this is gonna come apart the rest of the way,
Right,
so.
and you don't wanna keep washing stuff down into that mess.
So can we do this? Can we make and this is just asking, can we make a motion to accept this? But then if Thad says something different, like, maybe we just get rid of this and put a culvert in and that would be whatever. Then come back next month or if
Yeah,
he
then
says,
we have something different.
this isn't whatever, so,
Can it be addressed in a different manner than
Right.
just putting a wing up?
correct.
Right,
I
Correct,
think-
instead of spending those dollars on this and then I'm gonna replace
If
this.
he can do something different, that's better than what we now have.
So,
Yeah, but if he says, nah, you really can't because of whatever.
whatever,
yeah,
Then we'll deal,
Then we go
then we
with that
take
route.
with that.
so maybe do we make a motion that I can accept this and move forward with that? But if there's a clarification or a
And
change,
better way to
a
do
better
it.
way to do this, I could just let Teresa know, she could at
Sure.
least send it to the, you
Yeah.
guys, and I suppose if that's the case and there's a better way,
There's gonna be a bigger cost.
right, it'd be a bigger cost, but we could talk about it next meeting, cause
Right,
what is the difference at that point? I
Right,
would just say,
right.
we're not doing this.
right. But I would make a motion that we do this without any understanding of what they can possibly do in the future. So if they can't do anything than that, then I make a
Then
motion
we'll
that
do
we
that.
do this. If they can come up with a better idea, then don't do this and let's
That's what I'm
reevaluate it
saying.
next month.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying.
However you wanna word that.
Okay, what are you making a motion to?
So what we're gonna do,
This is over there.
Larry made a motion to accept the Door County Highway Department
Bid.
bid
Of,
of $9,350
Okay.
to replace the wing on South Forest Drive Bridge. Who calls it a bridge,
Unless.
okay, that
Bridge,
fell
hang
in,
on, to bridge, okay, unless what? Okay,
unless the county has another way that would be a better way,
a better solution.
a better solution to just replace the entire thing with a culvert. He may say you can't for whatever reason,
Right. Well, let's find out.
but we're gonna find out, right?
bridge.
So we can approve this. If he's
Yep.
got a better way, then
Got
we
it.
will do something.
Then I will say,
Solution.
no, we aren't doing this, and I'll bring it to the next meeting.
Yep,
Cause you figure if he does this wall, it's just a matter they pull up and they start working on it, people can still pass on the road. If you tear this out and put in a culvert, you shut the road down for
For
God knows how long,
Right,
so a day or a week,
yeah, whatever,
yeah.
With
So,
the
cause
color.
you gotta tear it out.
yeah,
yep.
Okay, got it.
What's
Okay.
the timeframe they're giving you on that?
He didn't really give me a time frame. I mean, cause I asked them to get me the number right away, which they did do. And then I had to come to the meeting to talk about it, so.
My concern is that that's just gonna continue to
Mhm.
deteriorate,
Yeah.
Sure,
especially when we get water like we'll get.
Yeah.
So,
My rough estimate was $4,000 cheaper. I'm at 54.50.
pardon?
I'm at 54.50.
You replace those?
We can do that.
Oh,
All it basically is a retaining wall.
yes, that is
That's a
exactly what it is.
retaining wall, but you know, if we don't do something with that thing, you don't have time to do it now, right?
Not until after we're done with the first cutting.
Right. And
Looking at, yeah.
who knows what this is gonna turn into? That's why I say, let's just go with this
right,
and put it in their lap and come up with some better solution.
right.
I hope it doesn't take a year to get us the answer.
I don't think it will.
I hope so.
We'll go from there. All right, so I have a motion from Larry to accept this proposal. Based off of what we had just talked about.
A second time.
And I got a second from Jason. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right, hearing none, that will carry. Okay, I want to give you guys an update on this, which I know I made copies.
This is the elder.
And here you go. See you later.
Yeah.
Paul.
No, would you?
So what this is this is the paperwork that was sent
Oh, okay.
for County Line in town and Old Krieger, okay? So that you guys are at least have in hand what we are doing. Right now, where we're sitting is, I went and met with Stan Tech, the engineering firm. And we went
Okay, so
through-
this was a 90%
Correct,
funded. deal.
Correct.
Okay. Of which,
Set this in.
this
So-
is their engineering fee?
That's their,
the engineering contract I had to get signed and get rolling on is for $10,500 of fixed fee,
Oh, yeah, that's the engineering fee, period.
period.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, the engineering budget that we put in here was 12,000, so we were okay
Yep.
on the application.
Right.
Yep. So we did very well considering you got the max that you could possibly get.
Yep, we did. I agree.
So now Stan Tech is, right now is working on the design and the amounts of everything that is needed. I asked a couple of the local farmers if they would be willing to remove some of the trees along the property line on one of those sides, two separate ones. So they're not opposed to it, so hopefully that happens. If that happens, we will get rid of the stumps. That they would cut the trees down and
pull them out.
pull.
So just to keep from driving through the ditch then, yeah,
That is gonna be dealt with, right? So that section is actually gonna get re-ditched. Mind you, the road is coming up like 6-8 inches,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm.
we're widening it a foot on each side
right.
to make it a truck route for everybody.
And we make sure that they put in field entrances. with-
Yeah, I already talked to him. He's
Okay.
gonna apply for the permit. And I said, when we're ready to rock and roll, they'll come and we'll drop it and they'll put their,
Who's farming that?
Butch Steiner.
Oh, it is there,
Yeah.
okay.
So Butch is there and S&S has got the other field. But they don't have a driveway coming in there. They come in on the Vin side, which would be off of J.
Mhm.
But,
Oh, you guys have the bins over there? Oh, okay.
well, they don't
No,
own.
we
it, they
rent it.
rent
Rent it, okay.
Right,
Josh Carmody. owns it.
Right.
He does.
right. And I talked to Josh. So we got a couple, there's a culvert right about here that's gotta be replaced. And there's some massive trees here. And another section of massive trees here. It would just be better if they got rid of them and we took the
Mhm.
stumps out, so the flow of the water can be the way it should be. It'd be
Right.
better for their fields. Everybody would be better. And the same thing over here. I talked to Butch. And he said,
Field
absolutely.
entrance.
Well, for the entrance, they're gonna put in a new culvert. And he said, well, I know your permit says like 30 feet. I said, well, you can have more than 30 feet because of the semis and the trucks turning in and out of there. You know, I'll just write on the application of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I said, what we don't want is a homeowner having a 60-foot, that's what we're trying to stop.
Right,
So there's a legit reason,
sure.
we're fine with that. And then, he can get rid of some of his trees and shrub and miscellaneous sitting there.
Mhm.
We'll get that all done when we reshape just this section of the ditch on that one field, cause it's stopped, there's no flow.
No, there's, yeah, it's
None.
flat.
Yep, that'll all be
We're gonna raise
fixed, and the culvert is gonna get changed here.
Yeah, that's the corner that.
Yep. Yep. So all of those are gonna be done in the design and stuff, from the engineering, you know. when
Okay,
we
and
met
they got
here.
it for 10-5.
Yep. So
Awesome.
that paper signed, he's hoping to have something here a little while after Memorial Day. He said, give me a couple weeks and then we can get to the bidding process.
Mhm.
My goal, which I've left everybody know, I would really like this to have ready for fall manure, if we can do that, to get the people out of the town.
Okay, couldn't we
Weather
start that
pending
now?
on this.
Couldn't we like, okay, couldn't we lift those Class B road signs?
No.
Wanna wait on that?
No,
Okay.
I really wanna take those Class B roads and put them over here.
Right.
You gotta stop this section right
Yeah.
now. I
they'll
mean,
tear that part.
There'll be nothing left to that part of it. And I don't, not many people go down that part anyway.
Well, I don't wanna pull it off of there. I leave it at Class B
Okay.
until we got something in.
Or until we completely have it better than, okay,
Right.
gotcha. Cause I figured if we're gonna pound that road down now, why not just let them?
No,
It's going this
it'll
way,
go to
on
hell.
this side,
It'll
yeah,
really be
this
a
way.
problem.
Mhm.
So, but that was my hope, is we would then, you know, I bring that up at a different meeting as this is rolling through, we take them and I don't know if you go from here to here and you're doing that, or if you just come from where
Take that
that.
chunk of County Line Road that we now own.
When I looked at the question you had asked me as far as road aid and stuff, it shows the dash line as far as half, so we have half of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The south half, or the north.
North.
You know,
north
Jason
half.
had expressed interest in saying, well, why don't we just see if we can't get an agreement to take these and give them that?
An agreement.
Yeah, and it is almost impossible, so, you know.
But I don't know.
That'll be good if we can do that.
So we're looking into it. I think we got most of the people
Okay.
are positively moving forward.
Okay.
So hopefully, that'll be great. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, when the engineering stuff comes, as soon as I get it, I'll make a copy for you guys and bring it in. So this is good news.
It's good. I'll take one of those now, because
You
otherwise
bet.
I got a whole pile of that, whole thing was all with this.
Oh, correspondence. I am sorry, I am gonna kind of go back to one thing unless we have, you can bury it somewhere else, but the WTA meeting, right?
Oh, you can put that in announcements or
An
something.
announcement, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we'll add it down there.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything else on road work.
What about our roller coaster on Old Elm Road between,
Isn't that fun?
Mill and Old?
We're gonna charge tickets.
What one?
Between Mill.
The whole, the
and
animal,
42.
right.
What about the roller coaster?
I'll get a number from Thad to see about fixing it, which, so.
I don't wanna go through another winter. If we get a
No,
nice
it'll
winter,
be done.
holy crap, they're gonna come down there with a
Yeah.
truck full of hoot dog. God.
I just learned to go around now.
Well, but still,
No, what's
You
gonna
know
happen is
about
they're
it.
gonna cut it and dig it, and they'll have to
Yeah.
reattach it.
Yeah.
I think I can jump it eventually.
don't.
Oh my
There's a problem here across this table.
So hopefully I'll have a number on that for next meeting.
Okay.
All right. Payment of bills.
All right, everybody seen them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
only thing that I just opened is we have to okay pay the credit card bill. So there is, one, I don't even know what it was for. Well, maybe it'll tell me on here. Oh, stamps, both times.
2 mailings.
Yeah, so
Sure.
$72 and $28, $100 we owe on the credit card.
Okay. You got a check? Do you have a check?
I pay it online.
Oh, you paid it online.
I pay it online, but you just have to okay it to pay.
Oh, okay, so that's in addition to the ones we already
Yes.
reviewed.
Yep.
All right. I make a motion that we pay the bills. We already reviewed those prior to the meeting. And you added that, including the $100 that you have on the credit card.
Second that.
All right, I have a motion from Larry to pay the bills as shown, including the credit card. And a second from Jason, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. All other matters as authorized by law. Do we have any?
Did we have any outcomes from our NIMS afternoon of raleigh at the government center? Other than the fact, that it exists, we're now at least somewhat cognizant of it. I did not come away from that with any action on it.
No, me either. I think it was more informational than anything.
It was.
So what it was is a basic meeting about emergency response if there's something catastrophic,
Right.
tornado, whatever.
It was good information, certainly, well presented, and solicited a lot of interaction, I thought. He did a pretty good job of that. Okay, I didn't find any actionable materials
Nope,
for us at this point.
correct.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything else? All right, we're gonna move on to the next is announcements. So maybe that's where we'll put this thing, that this is the next WTA meeting,
Right, that's Thursday night.
Thursday, May 23rd,
Is anybody going?
town of
I
Gibraltar.
need to reply to Linda if anybody's going so they can do.
I believe I'm planning to go. Who's gonna speak? I didn't see
We have
it.
one.
I didn't see the,
Presentation, Door County Department of Health and Human Services,
Joe.
human health hazards and how municipalities can deal with those situations.
It's
And then
dealing,
town advocacy, can't say that word. Discuss and listening sessions on issues that towns face. And how
that's WTA and it's
yeah,
Town's Advocacy
Yes, yep.
Council.
I
I was planning to go to that.
Okay.
I won't be able to make that one. I got family coming in for,
I won't be.
I have a
there.
daughter
So,
coming home.
Larry, you're the only one going, so I'll reply to Linda Wade that
Yeah.
you'll be attending. Okay, perfect.
Well, she stopped me in Walmart, thought I dropped a bottle of bleach, but it wasn't me.
I'm walking out the store, I see a bottle of bleach laying on the floor, not mine. I walk past it, before I get to the next store, I hear, Larry, is this yours? I turn around, it's Linda. No, it's not mine. Oh, okay.
Well, it makes sense, bottle of chemicals.
Oh.
Larry.
Okay.
all right, anybody have anything else in the announcements?
Not that I'm aware
Okay,
of.
discussions and items intended for future meeting?
Well, we're gonna talk, again, we mentioned that earlier,
Spreadsheet.
the
Yeah,
spreadsheet. We
spreadsheet.
also talked about
The right of way?
the right of way
We're gonna have a 10A.
review
Right away process, yeah.
and,
Spreadsheet. And
What about like the bridge thing?
The bridge.
Probably really not a future meeting, no.
well, we'll see what comes of that. That'll come under road work anyway.
Yeah.
Bridge. And then Joe's gonna provide a quote for,
Spring, or,
what did he say?
Spraying
Numbers.
our own signs
Yes,
on
okay,
corners and
spray
stuff like
your
that,
own
or. Right,
that's all I can think of.
So that would go underneath roads and road work again. Okay. So we'll be in June next month, okay.
Okay. Item 18, the next town board meeting is gonna be held on June 17th, 2024 at 6:30 PM here at the town hall. Looking for a motion for an adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
All right, I have a motion from Jason to adjourn and a second from Larry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. The meeting is now concluded.